necessarily feeling awkward, just call it out. It's like, oh, hey, look, I don't do this often. I feel pretty like nervous. Is that just all you do when you run out of shit to say? Just say that.
There's a few things you can do, bro. So firstly, the reason why we were giving you that in particular as something to do is because for you, you were really attached. And a good way for you to get in a bit more of a social flow is for you to just understand you are actually allowed to say whatever the you want. And if you are so clunky and so anxious and just running out of things to say so quickly, it's actually better for you to just be honest with her about the fact that you are nervous, because then that justifies your clunky behavior. And don't think of it, again, you don't think of it as a technique because it's going to build attraction. It's like, so you can feel more comfortable in the interaction too. If she knows now, both of you start to feel more comfortable too, because she's like, oh, okay, cool. This really like cool guy has come and talked to me, and he's like going out of his way, even though he's so nervous, he still was going to put himself in a situation where he felt that much nervous, but he still would talk to me. Yeah, that's really impressive. Girls love a guy who's brave. They don't care if you're perfect. They're not looking for the perfect guy. A girl actually appreciates if you're brave enough to get that far out of your comfort zone. But the thing is, sometimes just on a technical level as well, it can be a little more socially savvy for you to just call yourself out instead of just have these like awkward moments and ticks and jerks in your behavior because you're so uncomfortable. On a purely technical standpoint, it can just be more socially savvy to do it. Now, there's a few other things you can do if you are running out of things to say. For example, you don't want to do this right at the start, but say you've talked to her for like 5 minutes and then you run out of things to say, just to make it really smooth, you can say, oh, okay, your turn. Ask me a question. Get her invested a little bit if she hasn't. So that's an easy one to fall back on. And I often do that because sometimes, say if I'm out of practice, haven't done it for a while, and I'm like, oh, fuck, well, I don't really know what to say next. Okay, your turn. Ask me a question. And it seems super smooth. She has no idea that I've just run out of things to say. It's super chill, right? So you can also use that too to get her asking you questions as well. But sometimes girls are just gonna be so shy, they have no idea what the fuck to ask you. Some girls are like, I don't know. And then you might even have to help them. And then it's like, now you're having to improvise for her. So you're like, all right, ask me what my favorite color is, you know, have fun with it. You can also use that too. The reason why, again, we gave you that congruency exercise in particular is because girls are really forgiving, man. And if you just kind of open up and express to you how you feel, that makes her feel more comfortable too. She understands why you're feeling a little bit nervous too. It makes you feel more comfortable in the interaction. And also over time, it makes you feel more okay to express yourself honestly in interactions. Because half the time, the reason why you're running out of things to say is because you're also putting the bar so high for what you're saying. Like, I need to say the right thing. So the bar's up here. But if you realize the bar's down here, it makes it way easier to always have something to talk about. You can just say whatever the fuck is in your head. You really can. And conversation is, again, it's an art and a skill. And you don't need to be perfect. There is no such thing as a perfect conversation.
And to double down on that as well, why do you think you feel anxious in interactions? Just as an example, why do you think you're running out of things to say? I want you to analyze that yourself for a second. Would you say that you're a little bit attached to the outcome? Like you want to have a good perception, come across attractive, be successful? Yeah?
I'm trying to do it correctly.
Yep. So what that is an attachment to the outcome or a reaction or the result. And let me ask you this question. Like, let's say, for example, you are coming across nervous or anxious or running out of things to say. What do you think that sub-communicates or implies? What does the girl think of you?
She's not super confident.
There we go. So it's like double down on the confidence thing, right? There's an attachment to coming across confident. If I was to tell a girl that you feel nervous or anxious, how does that make you feel? Just like at the initial phase of that statement.
I guess I just feel kind of dumb, excited. And
Do you feel like it's not what like a confident dude would do? Feels like a beta male thing, like
definitely like a confident dude would never, like this wouldn't come up.
yeah, and that's probably the last thing you want to do in terms of conveying yourself in that way, right? Yeah, so that's why we tell you to do it. Because the reason you're attached to the outcome is because you have an attachment to the perception of you coming across confident and cool and charismatic and having the girl like you. And you feel resistance to be honest in your expression by letting a girl know like, hey, I'm a little bit nervous because you feel like it's beta or it's not attractive. So the way that you take the pressure off of yourself is you step into that resistance. You step into acceptance of how you actually feel in that moment. So when you tell a girl, hey, by the way, I'm kind of running out of things to say and I might be coming across a little bit clunky because honestly, I'm just a bit nervous. Saying that on a technical level when it comes to social skills and behaviors isn't the most attractive thing. But you step into that so you actually accept who you are in that moment, which is a little bit clunky and a little bit weird and a little bit awkward. So then you give yourself permission to relax. That's all the whole technique is for. That technique is just to help you go, oh, I'm giving myself permission to be a bit weird. And as soon as you give yourself permission to be a bit weird and you've kind of like taken away that persona of trying to come across really confident, because if you think about it, the only reason why you're running out of things to say and you're being clunky and a bit awkward is because you're trying so hard to create a perception. You're putting on a persona. That's not really who you are right then in that moment, Nathan. It's not congruent and girls can feel that. But as soon as you just go, you know what? I suck. I'm nervous. You intimidate me. I'm running out of things to say. I really, truly apologize for that. But like, this is the best that I've got, girl. And like, I apologize if I'm coming across a little bit weird right now, but this is how I feel. I feel anxious. And as soon as you say that, you give yourself permission to just not be perfect. And I guarantee you now, as soon as you do that and you accept that, okay, I kind of said something a little bit stupid now and makes me look a little bit less attractive, you will now carry through with that conversation feeling more confident because it's like, it's already being imperfect. Who gives a shit? It's kind of like when you're in front of a camera, right? You know, when you do content for your business, if you were like shooting the content and you're in like perfect, like perfectionist mindset, you don't want to have a single slur or you don't want to like study your words or fuck up the sentences or the scripts. And as soon as you get really restrained within the structure or the format of the video content, you start becoming 10 times worse. But if we were to turn on the camera and say, just express yourself, and it doesn't matter if you can make fuck ups, we can edit it out, all of a sudden you're just blurting. Everything just becomes a lot more flowy. It might not be perfect, but it's still authentic and you're expressing yourself and has some form of flow. None of us when it comes to cold approach, none of it is like perfectly smooth. Sometimes we're going to have like a little, what's it called when like dudes go through puberty? Like, ew. What was blowouts? Blowouts. What's it? Spad fizz. It's like every now and then you're going to have a spad. Every now and then you watch some of my infills, bro. That one that you watched literally yesterday, and I'm picking up the one in the cute little mini skirt and the blonde. You hear on my open, bro, I the open. I was like, excuse me, that was a little bit random, but I saw you, it's like, what do I have to say again? That's literally what I was thinking in my head. I saw you walking past, blah, 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 blah. It's normal to have clunks. It's normal to be a little bit in your head. And it's normal for interactions to be awkward for the first 2 minutes. Just sometimes if it continues to persist, just call yourself out. Give yourself permission to not be perfect. And I promise you, that's how you're going to feel a lot more relaxed in your conversations.
Also, let's change your whole view around confidence. A confident guy is not perfect all the time. The guy with high self-esteem is okay with saying that he's not feeling super confident in that moment. The guy who's overcompensating is the one who feels like he never needs to show any weakness or any vulnerability. The guy who has high self-esteem and genuine confidence is the one who just owns how he feels in that moment and is okay with expressing it, knowing that he still has value even if he says something that might not be the most technically correct thing to do. It's the guy who has lacking of confidence who feels like he needs to be perfect in everything. And then ironically, he struggles to be expressing himself and being confident. And also, another thing, confidence also comes from competence. And with lack of experience, you're going to be less competent. And if you're less competent at a skill, you're not also going to be as confident either. So expect yourselves to be clunky at first. I expect myself to be clunky if I haven't done an approach for 3 months. I expect it. I expect to be quite nervous. I expect to be a little bit awkward. I expect some fucking moments I might run out of things to say. It's fine. Don't put the pressure on myself. But because of that, it usually will go okay. But if I was like, I need to be perfect. I'm the fucking game guy. I'm the fucking guru. It needs to be perfect. I am going to be the most socially retarded, autistic you've ever met. It's going to be impossible. I've taken 3 months off. I can't put that kind of pressure on myself. So why are you, as someone who's done all day game, expecting perfection from yourself with no competency? Embrace the suck.
Embrace the suck.
Embrace it. You're gonna suck. It's normal. You can't get good at something without sucking. I took 3 steps when I was a kid and then I just decided to crawl the rest of my life because I'm a fucking sick crawler, but I'm a shit walker. Brother, like how are you expect to get good at anything? Like it's okay. So embrace it. And ironically, the more you embrace it, the faster you'll learn and the better your interactions will go as well. You'll have much more enjoyable interactions. Are they going to be the smoothest? No, don't expect that.